8 a.m. in the Mile High City on this Friday, October 31st, 2025. Good morning, Denver, Colorado. You've tuned in to the Jeff and Bill Show, News Talk 710, KNUS. I'm your co-host, Jeff Hunt, along with Bill Thorpe, bringing you the freshest insights and hottest takes from the right, left, and center. If you're just tuning in, I'm dressed as a woke boomer. That's right. My 401k is popping. I've got Medicare. I've got Social Security. I've got para. I'm on my way to Cabo, baby. I got a cruise planned. Woohoo! I'm also woke, which means that come Saturday, I'll be reliving the 60s at the No Kings rallies. Having fun. I'm a woke boomer. We're asking you to send in pictures of particularly dogs dressed up in Halloween costumes.
Yeah, the pictures
or cats.
Wonderful.
If you can get your cat dressed up, by all means, go for it.
Love to see that. That's and the stitches you got afterwards.
And snakes?
Yeah.
You ever dress up your snakes, Bill?
No, it's hard to button the sweater. No, I'm kidding. There is a thing we do now. The problem I keep colubrids, and it's a little more difficult with those. The real ones to dress up, we do have one ball python. And there's a cottage industry around clothing for ball pythons because on social media, it goes over really well if you put a hat. Because they have these adorable little faces.
Yes.
And so doing that. So we have not yet. And I probably won't because, we've talked about this on the air. My daughter's ball python bites me on the regular.
It's because you're the feeder.
Yes, I'm the feeder. And it's funny because she can go in, pick up the snake, perfectly fine. But I'm the one that comes in to feed. So as soon as that snake smells me, it is feed mode. And so you can see a change in the behavior when she figures out it's me. And she's given me a couple of love kisses a couple of times. Yeah.
It's Halloween. My mind's gone to a very dark place. But you ever hear those stories of people dying and then their pets eating them?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I could imagine the police come into a snake with a giant Bill Thorpe-sized figure inside of it.
I don't keep snakes that are anywhere that close. I mean, you'd have to get something that's
big.
26 feet? I mean, you'd probably look at 26, 22 feet for something that would have to be able to
eat a human?
Yeah, eat a human. Yeah. You'd probably have to get something that big. And that myth that, snakes are looking at you and they're coming next to you to size you up, no, they don't do that. That's not anything at all. No, not a thing at all. In fact, if you are going to die, it is more likely your cats that will devour your corpse than it is anything with a snake. Right. Yeah, cats will eat you.
Or dogs. They'll starve themselves before they eat. But the cats, nope.
The cats will eat you. Yeah, they'll eat you. They'll go for the soft, squishy parts first.
Which, for us middle-aged men, is lots of it.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot. I could feed a whole litter for weeks.
8756 text in, and I dressed my 2 leopard geckos up as 2 peas in a pod.
Oh, how cute.
And they won a pet costume contest.
Oh, that's wonderful.
A year of free food.
Nice.
Well done, 8756.
Geckos are fantastic. That is a really creative, they're really fun little pets. They're just not my thing. But yeah, dressing them up, they're adorable. And they've got great little faces, and there's so many different varieties and the colors of them. Crested geckos, you've got so many other leopards. There's so many really neat ones out there. Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. Send us a picture if you got one. I'd love to see it.
Headline out of Fox News, key Trump agency vows to claw back over $1 billion benefiting illegals in blue states, saying we won't tolerate it. The Trump administration is planning to claw back over $1 billion in federal Medicaid dollars, it says, are being spent by blue states on health care for illegal immigrants, including some with violent criminal records for murder and rape. Happy your tax dollars are going to this. Bill and I walked through what was a very complicated process that California, Colorado, Michigan, and others have been doing, Illinois, Oregon have been doing to get around the restrictions on Medicaid dollars going to illegal immigrants. A preliminary audit by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services found that over the last few years, mostly during 2024 and 25, California, D.C., Illinois, Washington, Colorado, and Oregon, apologies, not Michigan, but those other ones, improperly spent a combined $1.3 billion in federal Medicaid funds to help pay for health care for illegal immigrants. While federal Medicaid dollars are supposed to be prohibited broadly from being used to cover health care for illegal immigrants, they can be used by states for emergency treatment regardless of a patient's citizenship or immigration status. So if you show up at the emergency room, your tax dollars will cover it. But here's the thing, and this got real complicated and we spent time detailing out, but we didn't have a number associated. 1.3 billion. States can also legally cover health insurance for illegal immigrants as long as it is only done with state tax dollars. But according to some experts, Democrats are utilizing loopholes in the federal laws that allow them to provide comprehensive health benefits to illegal immigrants. Protecting Medicaid from waste, fraud, and abuse isn't optional. It's the law. Every dollar misspent on illegal health care spending is a dollar taken from vulnerable Americans. Federal law prohibits using Medicaid funds for illegal immigrants, yet several Democrat-led states have done it anyways. The Trump administration won't tolerate it, they say, and CMS is auditing aggressively, recovering every dollar and holding states accountable. California was far and away the biggest culprit, spending over $1 billion in federal Medicaid dollars on health care for illegal immigrants, according to CMS. The next largest violator was Illinois, which CMS said improperly spent nearly $30 million, followed by Oregon, which the audit found improperly spent approximately $5.5 million. California Governor Gavin Newsom's office has denied claims his state is improperly using federal funds to pay for illegal immigrant health care, telling the LA Times that the Republican claims are false. But Steve Hilton, a former Fox News anchor, current Republican candidate running to be the next governor of California, has argued that California has been using a complex Medicaid provision known as a provider tax to obtain matching federal dollars, which then gets pooled into money used by the state to pay for its health care offered to undocumented immigrants. We'll cover this and more coming up, but I want to hear from you. $1.3 billion federal tax dollars going to the health care for illegal immigrants, not only for emergency room care, but also through this scheme to get taxpayers to pay for it. Is it time to hold these states accountable, including Colorado, for doing what they're doing? Or is this an important, compassionate way to care for people that are facing a crisis? We've got to care for people that are here. We can't just let them die in the streets. Give us a call, 303-696-1971. Text us on the Dan Capitalist Law text line at 720-819-5115. Speaking of text messages, Gabe with the text message, he got a cat.
Yeah?
Or his ex-wife did. Got a cat into an outfit.
Ooh.
And the cat looks thrilled.
Oh, I bet. I can't wait to see the picture. I'm going to have to look.
Gabe, that is awesome. 8756. I wish I could find the photo back in the early 2000s. I still took old-fashioned photos. Of the geckos that were dressed up in peas in a pod.
Had those.
All
That would
right.
be so cool.
Send your pet in its costumes. We'd love to see them. Now it's time for News and Comment with Blake Olson.
Blake Olson.
Blake Olson, News and Comment.
Good morning, TGIF 29 and cloudy, expecting a high of 51 today. News sponsored by Pastor Camp Heating and Air Conditioning at 303-777-1234 to learn more about special savings opportunities on Lennox equipment. Our top story, FBI Director Kash Patel says a potential terror attack has been prevented. In a post on X this morning, Patel said multiple suspects have been arrested in Michigan who were allegedly plotting a violent attack this weekend. Patel added that more details will be forthcoming. The Schumer shutdown continues. The lefties love chaos. They love it. More chaos, the better. Millions will be upset tomorrow when they don't receive their SNAP benefits. Senator John Kennedy this morning.
I'm biased, but I think the mistake that Senator Schumer made when he said, no, I'm going to shut it down, he asked for, it was such a big ask. I mean, when you add it up, it's like 1.5 trillion and wants us to gut the affordable care, the big beautiful bill like a fish. And it's just, he's so far out there, it's hard for him to get back off that limb. If he'd had something more reasonable, we might be talking.
Yep. And in Denver, Mayor Johnson reminds people to look at the faces of all the kids who show up at your door tonight for Halloween, because some will go hungry tomorrow. Yeah, because of the Schumer shutdown.
1 out of 7 of those kids that show up with a mask on at your front door will not know whether they're going to get food when they go back home the next day.
So if he really cares, then maybe he should get on the phone and call Chucky and then scream at all of his friends on the left in D.C., or maybe hold a press conference demanding that they just open up the government so they can eat. Come on. Major airlines are calling to end it and pay air traffic controllers. U.S. air traffic controllers did not receive their paycheck this week. Now Delta, United, American, and Southwest Airlines are all urging the U.S. Senate to pass a resolution that would pay federal employees. Republican candidate for Virginia Governor Winsome Earl Sears says she is safe after her campaign bus went up in flames.
Earl Sears posted on X saying her bus caught fire while on the way to a campaign event. She also said no one was injured. Her opponent, Democrat Abigail Spanberger, also posted saying she was relieved to hear Winsome Earl Sears and her team were safe. Authorities are still investigating the cause of the fire. This comes just days before the election in Virginia that will decide the next governor. Recent polls show Spanberger in the lead over her Republican contendant. Voters head to the polls on Tuesday. I'm Rosie Rivera.
I don't trust any of them in that thing. That is a vicious race going on there. Thankfully, she is okay. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says the U.S. is prepared to help island nations in the Caribbean devastated by Hurricane Melissa. Rubio said the administration is in close contact with governments in the region, with rescue and response teams at the ready, along with critical life-saving supplies. Got college football tomorrow, a huge one. Army at Air Force. They kick it off at 10 in the morning. I don't like those 10 in the morning games. That seems like it's a freshman game or a JV game. Come on. Can't they kick it off at noon or 1? I get it. It's for TV on the East Coast, but I don't like that. It's like a cross-country meet. It's like going to watch Jeff in cross-country at 6 o'clock in the morning on Saturday.
They don't have beer either. It's too early. We're too big of a country. Because when I can't watch the baseball games. They go too late on the West Coast.
Exactly.
It exhausts me, and then on the East Coast, they're up too early.
Right.
We're just a bunch of grumpy old men complaining about our country's too big.
I agree. All right, the Dodgers try to even up the World Series at 3 games apiece tonight in Toronto, but the Blue Jays could win it. The World Series in Canada tonight, Game 6 in Toronto. Nuggets at the Blazers tonight in Portland. That should be fun, walking to the arena in Portland, dodging all the tents.
What is Chauncey Billups still on leave?
Yeah, he's on leave. So
whatever they do,
he won't be coaching tonight. So,
how's Chauncey doing? Have you heard?
I haven't heard. Staying low,
getting the big gun attorneys ready to
absolutely
fight this.
Yeah, absolutely. That could get ugly. I don't know how the commissioner, how he survives this. That guy needs to go anyway. Hey, the Avalanche in Vegas today at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock
Speaking
game
of
on a
sports
Friday.
gambling.
What's that?
Speaking of sports gambling,
Yeah.
they're in Vegas.
Yes, exactly. Hey, great place to have a franchise in
Yes,
Vegas.
it's wonderful. Yes. What could go wrong? Yeah, with
could
sports
go
betting. I
wrong?
have no idea.
Yeah, I laugh because the Raiders moved there. What a great organization to move to Vegas.
Yeah. But again, here's the thing. And for all my Raiders friends out there, you guys have been betting on your team for years and coming out losers.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel it.
Ripped off.
Yeah. Yeah.
No team, no fans have been ripped off more than them, other than the Jets and the Lions, probably, and
Maybe the
Browns.
Maybe the Browns. I'd say the Browns
Vikings.
in there too.
Yeah,
'Cause the Browns
that's
are
true.
just. Yeah, I mean,
There's a long list now. Yeah, the Browns, man,
Browns are
the
just-
sad
what are we
sack
doing?
Browns.
Yeah, they can't find me a quarterback. They just seriously, people. Just, oh well.
Come on.
Yeah.
We know that guy's waiting
know.
there. He's
Yeah.
going to take him to the promised land. I forgot his name. He's from Colorado.
And on a side note, you got to appreciate as an NFL fan that the Browns go ahead and trade Flacco, and then he goes and lays an egg with the Bengals. You're like, not only did they trade in the division to an
Yes.
in-state team,
Yes.
the dude they traded then went. There's layers of humor in this.
Train wreck,
it's
man.
so good. It's so good
No,
to watch.
You're right. It is. I agree. Speaking of that division, the Ravens over the Dolphins last night, 28-6. And it's Bronco weekend. They're at
Blake,
Houston.
I saw on social media, and I'm not
Yes.
sure. I'm not sure if this is true, but I
Okay.
saw it on social media. Don't know
It
if you can trust
probably
it or
is
not.
true then.
It could be because everything on the internet is true. That I guess Amazon Prime, because last night we didn't get both teams have the ability to score a touchdown. They apologized and said, that's a bad marketing thing. Next time we promise both teams will have in the game, we'll certainly be able to score touchdowns, and they're offering free shipping for a little bit of time. I mean, it could just be a joke online. I'm not certain.
Wow.
But yeah, it could just, so I'm not saying trust me, check it out, but yeah, they apologized evidently. I saw it on social media that we're sorry that one of the teams was really, really bad, Dolphins fans, that you guys can't find the end zone. Sorry about that.
It's either a great marketing or number 2, it's a great joke.
Yes, exactly.
Either or.
One or the
It's
other.
a win-win.
Yes, it's a win-win. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
By the
I
way,
love it.
Gabe has a text message for you.
I love it.
I'm sure
I
he
love
does.
it.
He's a Raiders fan. And I know when I started this that I was going right at Gabe too. I know that,
love
my
it.
friend.
What did he
Yeah,
say?
I know it was just right at you, man.
What did he say?
He said,
Can't
"Up yours."
repeat it?
And I deserve that. Absolutely.
The thing
that's
about
great.
I know a lot of Raiders fans
Yeah.
also. The thing about the Raiders, man, those uniforms are the greatest. Oh, yeah. They are the greatest.
I got to tell you, okay, as a kid growing up,
Yes.
a little jealous that some
Same
of my
here.
friends were rolling the black and
Same
silver
here.
when I was stuck in orange.
I'm right there with you.
Okay, as a kid, I did not look good in orange. There was no orange is never going to help me out. There was
Yes.
no.
It doesn't help anyone.
No, yeah, and I
except
had
for
this,
people who work on the highway.
Yeah, and I had this early portion in like early middle school that I'm now returning to now, where I was carrying around a little extra weight. So I began to look a little pumpkiny wearing the orange. Not a good thing. Not a good thing as a kid. Yeah. So just saying, it was hard.
No, I'm
yeah.
right there
and
with you.
And all the Raiders kids are rolling with the silver and black and looking cool. And part of the reason I hate them, honestly, I just got to tell you that. I'm honest about this. Yeah.
I'm right. There's a jealousy factor.
Yeah, there is.
I mean, it's the coolest logo too.
Yeah.
That thing is just so
and when you
beautiful.
and you can face paint and it always looks good even if your face paint sucks. You got to
Yes.
be real specific with the Broncos colors.
That's
because-
right.
I always thought that the Raiders fans were just like way tougher. Like
just think they're way
they always
crazier.
came
They're
from like
crazier.
abused families.
Yeah.
It's like Raiders fans and Philly fans are just psychopaths. At times,
Hey, I'm going
which
to
are
tell you a
great.
secret. This is a theory I have.
Yeah.
Okay, I've been to the Coliseum before, the old Coliseum.
Yeah.
And I loved going to games there when the Broncos played there.
Yeah.
I think I've been 3 times. Okay. That place is just a Halloween show. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's just Halloween. I loved it. But man, you go to a Broncos game where there are Raiders fans. Now that's where you
Yeah.
worry. Because I was
yeah.
coming down I was in high school at the time and coming down from the 3rd deck.
Yeah.
And we're all filing out of there.
Ooh, yeah.
And someone said something to someone else. Dude thought it was me. It was a Raider fan. And this is before all the security. And this dude pulls out a knife probably 1.5 foot long.
Ooh.
I kid you not. This is before all 9/11 and everything.
Yeah.
I'm going, oh my
Yeah, like
Lord.
This escalated quickly. So what happened?
Yes, exactly. So I got the hell out of there.
Not me, bro. Not me. Not me.
Yeah.
Dude was drunk, and we always talk about this. Raiders fans in other cities, they're the worst. But at Oakland, it was like they're all together. It was good fun. It wasn't Philadelphia.
Oh, see, and the reason that I embrace, there's a part of me that does embrace Raider Nation simply because that inside of the English Premier League, the Newcastle United fans, which I am one of, are considered more or less like the Raiders wing of the English Premier League. As far
makes
as
sense.
The crazy fans, people dressing up, screaming at you that it is just going to be a cauldron of hate and bile spewed at you when you get in there and make it hard to play, just like the old Coliseum was. Yeah. So that's why, as much as I dislike the Oakland Raiders, I do have an affinity for the fans because, in some ways, I can run that way too. So
it's a great TV show. It really
fantastic.
is.
It is.
And it was at the old stadium, no doubt.
Guys, we got a text message from Janet that's amazing.
Okay.
So she goes, challenge accepted, and she went and dressed her cat up.
Oh my God, Janet. And the cat looks
sent us
mad.
pictures of it.
The cat's like in the middle of that meow, like, what are you doing to me?
What are you doing? Let me
Oh,
out.
Janet, that's fantastic. I will get you back for this.
Her cat's name is Juniper. It's one of her rescue animals.
Love it.
She is my dog's emotional support kitty.
Oh, that's adorable.
She looks like she's
love it.
baring her teeth at me, but
Yes.
she's actually giving me a very pitiful meow.
That's great.
Mom, help me.
That is awesome.
We
You got
have
to
people
post that,
all over
Jeff.
Denver dressing their cats up and taking pictures.
I love that.
That's
That's
so
fantastic,
cool.
guys.
Hey,
You're the
Jeff,
best.
I forgot to tell you real quick. I told Billy yesterday.
Yeah.
I said, man, I have a great, I'm not going to do it. I don't have enough time. But a great outfit for tonight. I think my wife and I should go as Bill Belichick and his girlfriend. Man, I think we could pull it off, man. I'm fat
You
enough.
got to get
I'm
pictures
old
of
enough.
you like holding her up on the beach.
Yes!
right, with the legs and all that stuff.
Exactly.
Yes, that's a good idea. I'll try if I can find
It's a
some North
compliment
Carolina
to your
gear, I'm gonna
wife
do it.
if she's
Absolutely.
she's at that level.
Yeah.
No doubt, man.
here's
I
the
tell
thing.
my wife every day, you look like you're 25.
You know,
I look like I'm 70.
I have the ability to make it both awkward and uncomfortable at times. So this is how you make that costume go to the next level. Okay, just saying.
Okay.
What you do is you get a leash and you let your wife hold the leash. I'm just saying, there's a layer of a secondary
That is
joke there that's
good.
fantastic.
Here's the funny
That's
thing
good.
about Angela too. What I love about her is she's exactly who you think Bill Thorpe would marry.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Is that right?
100%. She's
Yeah.
like super. I've only met her once.
Yeah.
She's super bubbly.
Yep, super bubbly,
that's
absolutely
And-
wonderful,
and, like,
heart of gold, and
Bill
she has
turns
has
into
to.
this kind of like I'm trying to describe it.
Yeah.
Like you almost get goofy
Oh yeah, I did.
around her.
Oh, absolutely.
That's
yeah.
funny.
Like you get so excited when
that's
she walks
great.
into the room.
Oh, I do. Yeah, it's fantastic. It is wonderful. It is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah,
we got a
that
comment
is
about that
awesome.
with friends we were out the other day. They're like, "Geez, you two," just because there are little things that we go back and forth with. It's just, I just love her to death, and I love the fact that she
what
puts
a
up with my
blessing.
crazy because there are not a lot of people on this earth would do that. They would deal with my weirdness. Yeah.
Now people are text messaging asking to see the pictures of the so what they
Ooh.
want us to do is send
the-
them pictures
yeah.
from which we'll try to do.
So
I'll
again,
see
let's
if we
close
can
the
do this.
circle. So is AI going to tell us to send certain kinds of pictures? Closing the circle from earlier this morning.
I can put them on my camera here. Maybe I don't know.
I'll have to see. We'll see if
We'll
we can
get it.
download
We'll
with
see.
Sharon.
Post them on
Yeah,
your
see if we
post
can.
them on your X account.
Oh, that's a good idea.
There's a reason why we don't allow like one big group thread
Yeah.
because people would
Get
start
a little
fighting with
weird.
each other. It would be
Yes, and ever since that day where we had Stephen Tubbs and his producer shirtless in the studio. The rules about what pictures we're allowed to take has changed here.
That was interesting when I came in.
There's
almost like a joke you guys had. I start the show and I like minimize my browser, and there's Stephen Tubbs and a producer shirtless as the back screen.
George and I saw the picture one place, and let's just say we put it everywhere. So that was our responsibility.
That's
George and I
awesome.
went through it. We put on every available screen in the office just because we wanted to share the happiness.
1468 saying Browns fans are the scariest. I don't know. I think Ravens fans, man. You go into Baltimore, man. That's next level.
Maybe. A lot of wealthy people that live outside Baltimore that go to those games, though.
Browns fans can be scary.
So who are the wimpiest fans? Seattle fans?
Man,
No, Patriots fans, I hate them.
At the stadium, I'm telling you, Cowboys fans are a wine and cheese crowd. It turned into that. I mean, and I like the Cowboys.
Oil money from Houston did well.
Yeah. I mean, it got that way at Cowboys games. It really did. It was definitely kind of wine and cheese, but I'm sure there are others. L.A.
I don't know about it. I feel like Cowboys fans, they ski in their jeans, they wear the starter jackets. They could throw down.
Oh yeah. No, I
just feel like
Cowboys fans.
Is there a single tough person in Seattle?
Yeah, well,
you got
loud,
Chad.
That place has always been loud. For
Seattle
whatever
does?
reason.
Yeah, the thing I want to throw rocks at the Patriots fans. One, because I hate them, but two, just in general. I mean, these are a bunch of people that talked about how good their team is and didn't bother to look at the rest of their division. I would have loved to have that division for like a decade. None of the teams can figure out how to win more than 2 games. So you guys are given some wins on the end, and they're like, "We're the greatest team." You have no competition. You're automatically in the playoffs for decades. Yes, Belichick and Brady, absolutely fantastic. However, realize you're getting some easy putts through a lot of time there that many of us didn't get.
Good point.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. You could go down a different path, very interesting path when you talk about fans of different cities. But Denver has great fans, no doubt. Raiders, watch out.
Yeah, and it also reminds me of my favorite story where in Philadelphia, in the old stadium, the old Veterans Stadium, they used to have a judge that would be in the basement because there were so many fights and
still do.
Yeah, and
Where is this?
Veterans.
Philly.
It's Philly. They still have it in there, but and they used to have a closed camera TV feed you could watch of it going downstairs. So you'd see them pick up these guys in various states of inebriation or whatever they've done, and then they would have these hearings in front of the judge. And I still remember, and I'm not going to say it on the air what the kid said, but he's like 23, and he's wiggling a little bit back and forth because he's gotten into some sort of fight, and the judge is like, "Before we pass sentence, is there anything you'd like to say?" And the one moment he has to talk about his defense, he chooses to insult Cowboys quarterback Tony Romo. And I just love the fact that the one time, like, "Do you have anything to say in your defense?" And he's like, "I hate Romo." He said something absolutely awful that I couldn't say on the air, but that's the one thing he said, and the judge just shakes his head and goes, "Okay." And then gave a sentence.
Yep. As far as I know, that thing's still there, so they still have the judge in the courtroom.
Yeah, so I think if you have to have a judge in a courtroom in your stadium, maybe you're the worst fans. Maybe
they
you can
are.
come to the end of
There's
this.
no doubt.
Maybe
There's
they're
no
the
doubt.
worst. Yeah, maybe they are.
Philly's the
At this
worst.
point, there
It's
should
the
be a
most
judge in Congress that just helps these
Good
guys
point.
get through.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Straight from Congress to jail.
That's a good idea. All right, carry on, guys. 28 in Arvada, 27 in Centennial, 29 in Denver. Jeff and Billy continue. Blake Olson, News Talk, 710 KNUS.
Nice autumn weather as we wrap up October, head towards November. The weather will be very quiet, mostly sunny today, 50s, fair tonight, a low near 30. It'll be a little cooler and a little cloudier on Halloween as we're sideswiped by a cool front, but it'll be a dry front. More clouds, highs upper 40s to near 50 for Halloween, upper 20s Friday night. However, we're going to warm into the 60s Saturday, 60s, flirting with 70 come Sunday and Monday and dry. Meteorologist Don Day in the 710 KNUS Weather Center.
Welcome back to the Jeff and Bill Show. Bill, do you believe the Trump administration that California, Washington, D.C., Illinois, state of Washington, California, Oregon improperly spent a combined $1.3 billion in federal Medicaid funds to provide insurance to illegal immigrants.
The thing is, I don't think that what they did is illegal by the letter of the law. And that's the problem, is that it seems to be allowed based on how...
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah, that it's allowed by the letter of the law.
The problem is that our tax dollars went to health care for illegal immigrants. That's the problem.
But the states are allowed to make that choice based on how the law is written. And here's the weird part about this. For all of this complaint and machination and teeth grinding and everything right now, and Donald Trump saying we got to claw back all this money, guess what they didn't do in the big beautiful bill? Close the loophole. They didn't prevent this from happening.
Not true. They totally did.
No, section
yes,
one.
They did.
No, section 7112 doesn't let. Yeah, I researched it this morning.
Yeah, I looked it up when we did this. Like a week ago or a month ago.
Yeah, and it allows them to do that.
Bill.
It allows them to do that. Yeah, it allows them. It's still in there.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to look
it's to
that
finance
up.
non-federal Medicaid, through multiple sources, including state general fund, healthcare related taxes or provider taxes, and local government funds. They actually have provider taxes in there as being allowed. Yeah, that's the weird part about it is. So I could be wrong about that.
That's the weird part?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that if this is the issue, that we don't want them to do that, then you prevent them from doing that. That's what you do. You don't make it, because the problem is going to be that if that ability exists inside the law, it's going to be very difficult for you through any sort of court or legal action to go in and say, now we need to get this money back.
I mean, the White House is saying that the Democrat proposal with regards to the government shutdown would allow California to continue exploiting the loophole to fund Medicaid for illegal aliens.
Yeah, but my reading of the big beautiful bill says that would be okay too.
Well, okay, so regardless of that, should we be as a country funding Medicaid for illegal immigrants? And I think the Trump administration has done a good job with this, what they call the morning Medicaid mugshot, listing out some of the people that you, the listeners of Jeff and Bill Show, are paying for. Let's go through this. Hassam Masakaya is a 45-year-old illegal alien from Lebanon convicted of vehicular manslaughter in 2016, driving while intoxicated, struck and killed an American citizen who was out jogging. He's received $30,000 in free taxpayer-funded health care through Medicaid. How about Gesh Yar, a 35-year-old illegal alien from Sudan, convicted on weapons offenses. He's a career criminal, convicted on possession of a deadly weapon. He's received $7,000 in free taxpayer-funded health care from Medicaid. They have a huge list of people that they put out just about every morning called Morning Medicaid Mugshot. Here's Patrick. He's a 52-year-old illegal alien from Iran, convicted of sex offenses against multiple women. He received $7,000 in free taxpayer-funded health care through Medicaid. Over and over and over again, your tax dollars are going to fund these guys' health care.
Does the list outline how they qualified?
No, it does not. I'm not quite. What do you ask him? Like, what do you mean how they qualified?
I'm just what is the program and under what system? And that I think that
they got Medicaid dollars.
I know, but they're not allowed to get federal Medicaid dollars, so it would have to be through an arm or a function of the state. Yeah. So what I'm looking at
loophole.
So what I'm looking at is what state and what program did they use? I just think that is. I'm not saying it I'm not disagreeing with the list. I'm just saying that provides more information and context about what is going on. Because when I read that list, it gives the impression that somehow these illegals are able to sign up and get federal Medicaid and Medicare dollars, which is not allowed. But there are some states that have changed the program locally because of some things that are allowed based on provider fees and taxes. We can disagree on that one and don't like it, and that's fine. But the way that they are presenting the information is incomplete in my mind. I think that it would be better served if they would outline the specific state in the program, because then we know who and where to be mad at.
Let me
right
help
now
you
it's
here.
just
Let me
general
help you.
rage.
I'll give you how this
Yeah.
all happened. Democrats love illegal immigrants. They love them. In fact, we put up a big sign outside of the Denver City Council building that said, "We heart immigrants." In fact, I would say that Mike Johnston, many Democrats, love illegal immigrants more than they love their own citizens. We've gone through this with the city of Denver over and over again, because you have unemployed Denver residents, used to work for the city, not enough money for them, but we did have $356 million to provide 6 months of apartment living for illegal immigrants. So the fact that the state of Colorado, California, Illinois, Oregon, Washington, and the city of Washington, D.C., the District of Columbia, figured out loopholes to get Medicaid dollars to illegal immigrants for their health care, not shocking at all, because they love them. In fact, I was looking up an old Channel 9 article about, they called it Mayor Mike Hancock's Love Valentine letter to illegal immigrants. That's what's going on here. They spent $1.3 billion of your money on these Medicaid schemes, in addition to the $356 million that the city of Denver spent, in addition to the millions of dollars that were spent educating illegal immigrants, that the state spent on health care as well. They love them. And that's $1.3 billion that the Trump administration is trying to get back from these blue states, and they should pay it back because it was a scam to get around restrictions on Medicaid. That's how I see it.
The thing for me is that if the states, again, not agreeing or disagreeing with the programs the states are doing, but if the states are allowed to do this and level those types of taxes and fees, then why are we complaining about it? That's the thing that I'm curious about. And remember, the other part is that now we're telling all of these states they can't do that, which, based on my reading, is allowed under the law. But more importantly, I want to bring it back to the idea of the states and the laboratories of democracy, and that if you move to one state, something happens, in another state, another thing happens. We've heard that on a lot of different policy issues, that you then can vote with your feet, or you can vote at the polling places for the changes inside your state. But the idea that these states shouldn't be little tiny incubators of democracy. I heard that a lot about some other policy issues, but now they shouldn't be.
It's fraud, Bill.
But if it's allowed, why is it fraud?
You are not allowed to use taxpayer dollars for Medicaid services to illegal immigrants. Not allowed to.
But the program
Democrats
seems to be legal.
have found a loophole to get around it in an effort to provide that exact service. It is fraud, and it's rooted in the Democrats' passion, great love for illegal immigrants. All right, let's talk Guy Reese. Friends, my wife and I have been talking about updating our home for a while, getting better blinds. We used to get very cheap blinds ordered on the internet that broke. The little string would break all the time on them. So we went to Guy Reese. They have a location in Parker. They got locations all throughout the Denver metro area. And let me tell you, it was an absolutely fantastic experience. We sat down with their professional designer, and they showed us an incredible selection of beautiful, and a big selection, by the way. There's so many different blind types out there. I didn't even know they were. But Hunter Douglas custom blind shades and shutters are so quality. As my one of my favorite movies of all time, Ferris Bueller would say, so choice. Look, I was overwhelmed because I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to home improvement. Normally, I'm just wandering around Home Depot like 8 different times because I keep making mistakes and having to go back. But when you have a design professional that doesn't cost a lot to begin with, answer all your questions, and my wife gets to ask all those questions, she actually gets answers, and we get things that work. It's amazing. So whether your curtains are clashing or you just want a fresh look, Guy Reese has those solutions for you. The designers are the experts, and they can help you with everything from window treatments to full room decor. Here's the best part. They offer a personalized in-home consultation, which means they come directly to you. They bring color samples. They bring all the different blind samples. And so you get to see what it's going to look like in your home. And then they laser measure everything so it fits perfectly. So get the same expert advice we got right in your own home. Do yourself a favor. Get started today. Visit Gyrie's to schedule your in-home consultation. GUIRYS.com. GUIRYS.com. Go see the great people at Gyrie's. You'll be sure to thank me. Wow, phone lines are hot. Text messages are hot. We'll continue. You're listening to The Jeff and Bill Show.
This is Denver's Talk Leader, News Talk 710, KNUS.
Welcome back to the Jeff and Bill Show. Blue states spending over $1.3 billion on health care for illegal immigrants. The Trump administration trying to get that back. Colorado being one of them. What do you think of that? Let's go to the phone lines. Nick in Denver. Good morning, Nick. You're on with Jeff and Bill.
Morning.
Good morning. One nice thing about mathematics, it doesn't really care who you are. Math is math. 4 plus 4 is 8. And we are broke. I mean, we're supposedly the interest on our outstanding debt is the highest line item in the federal budget, and we simply have to tighten up the way we spend the money. We can't afford this nonsense anymore. We just can't.
I mean, and not just this, but the idea of all the different services that we're providing through USAID to people across the world while we're $38 trillion in debt. So I do appreciate the fact that the president has gotten serious about this, going to hold these blue states accountable, because the blue states were choosing to provide health care for illegal immigrants, which they can with their tax dollars, but then found a loophole to get the rest of America to pay for it. That's not fair in my mind. What do you think, Nick?
Of course it's not. And the reason why the Democratic Party loves immigrants because they hope that they all turn into good little Democrats.
Nick, I got a question on that one. If we're looking at the idea that, well, the Democrats love the immigrants because they'll turn into little Democrats, what is there any argument to say, well, maybe given where they come from, some of their background, they might be more amenable to Republican ideals, and is the GOP missing the boat by not talking to them and looking at them as a potential constituency? Your thoughts?
Yes, the GOP has missed that opportunity, and hopefully the current administration will start heading in that direction. That's very true. Not all immigrants love big socialist governments because that's what they fled from. And they were hoping to go to a country where there were more freedoms and more of a free market. But a lot of them have been conditioned to believing that the government should be there to supply everything they need. That's the problem.
Well, what I see with Democrats, particularly like when I look at Mike Johnston and what we did in the city of Denver, is that they have a savior complex. They do. They think that the government is there to save people from the challenges that they're facing, and now we have illegal immigrants that are coming up here. We get to be the knight in shining armor that came to their needs, and we spent $356 million to do it. Now I'm $250 million in the hole. Oh, gosh, that didn't work out. Now you got Mike Johnston not spending a dime on illegal immigrants next year. But I think they have a savior complex.
Yes, they do. The problem is you can have that savior complex when things are running great and you're running surpluses. But when the exact opposite happens, you just mathematics starts rearing its ugly head. We can't afford this.
As it always happens, we eventually run out of other people's money. Nick,
exactly.
I appreciate the call. Thanks so much.
I see a lot of people got a lot of money around here.
From
I can find some other people's money. Just saying, good.
Well, yeah, and then grab the IRS and shake it loose from them.
Yeah.
All right.
Great.
Go.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, my gosh. Tax the rich. All right, let's go to Tony in Littleton. Good morning, Tony. You're on with Jeff and Bill.
Morning.
Hey, good morning. I was listening to the discussion about how blue states are they want to just give illegal immigrants anything, including Medicaid. And let's be clear: Medicaid and SNAP benefits are illegal. Aliens are not eligible for either of those programs. Almost every state in the union provides emergency Medicaid services to anybody, including illegal immigrants. So an illegal immigrant has an accident and is taken into the hospital. They don't say, shoot, yeah, that leg needs to be cut off, but we're not going to do it because you don't have any insurance. they'll use emergency Medicaid. And I just pulled up.
Do you think that's right,
randomly?
Tony?
I pulled up Alabama. They have almost the same exact laws we do.
Tony, do you think
Alabama.
that's right? That can you imagine going to a country you shouldn't be in the first place, get in an accident, and then be like, "Pay for my services, you plebes."
In addition to that, if there's a pregnant woman, in every state, this is every state. So
Yeah,
it's not red or blue. It's not red or blue.
Do you think that's
so
right?
If you're,
like if you go to France and you shouldn't be there, and you're in the shadows, and you're getting paid under the table, and then you get hurt, and the people that are there paying their taxes, doing everything right, should provide your health care for you?
I'll answer your question. I suppose that Democrats with Christian values feel like that's something justified. However, it happens in every state, red and blue. So just as long as we're clear on that, and that's all I had. I just wanted to be clear that
the
this
emergency,
is
yes, but this
nationwide.
loophole that was exploited by California and other Democrat states is different, to the tune of $1.3 billion. The $1 billion California spent wasn't just emergency funds.
All right, let me say that all states have almost the same exact program. Now, yes, because I'm not scaling this, but given that California is the fourth largest economy in the world, maybe that $1 billion makes sense for them.
No, this was
size.
an exploitation of a loophole that allowed California to provide not just emergency care, but Medicaid-like care to illegal immigrants, and then get the rest of the country to pay for it.
You know that to be a fact, that they give broad Medicaid services to every illegal immigrant. That's what you're saying?
That's what the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services has found. It's called the California loophole.
Well, I'm not going to challenge that if you've got some identification of that. However, just so we're clear, as you're having the conversation, every single state in the union, red or blue, has basically the same program. Maybe some states have used it to a greater extent than others. They also have a very large number of Hispanic and illegal immigrants that work in their state. So maybe that makes sense for them.
Yeah, and Tony, and thanks for the phone call. And we will also remember that inside of the law, it allows California and other states to do that. Functionally,
no, it's a loophole.
Yes, it does.
It's a loophole. They're exploiting something.
No, but it says it. And they didn't do anything really good to close it in the Big Beautiful Bill either. It is still
I disagree.
It's still in the Big Beautiful Bill.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
The California loophole was
it
addressed by this. I'm looking at statements made from the White House about this.
But
the proposal to address this would reopen and exploit the loophole to fund Medicaid for illegal immigrants.
I understand that, but you will humor me to say that I'm not necessarily trusting the statements coming out of the White House. That there are some things that have been played there. I'm saying Section 7117 of the Big Beautiful Bill still does allow those provider taxes to exist. There is something later in the section that says the taxes have to be applied universally, and there's going to be some question in the law and court as to, does that mean universally to all Medicare and Medicaid providers or to everybody? Then you're going to have a legal issue of, can you tax a provider for Medicare and Medicaid that doesn't provide it? So there are some questions there legally, but the loophole still exists. They didn't close it.
Oh, Bill,
no, it exists. It says it in black and white.
These blue states are exploiting our tax dollars to fund their political agenda.
And the GOP didn't close it.
It needs to be stopped.
GOP didn't stop it. That's the problem.
Yes, they did. All right, you're listening to the Jeff and Bill Show.
KNUS.